the men coming back, I've been blessed. My husband transitions very well. He has been able to separate his military from home, and I'm blessed in that aspect of it. But you do see the wives, just like that lady just said, even coming back. And I've had it on the other end when the spouses are gone and the wives are back. And the one thing I've heard is, I know my husband's coming home. I should be happy, but I've been independent for 12 months, or I've been holding the fort down. I've been holding the fort down, and you know what? The first couple of months, it's a battle. It's a battle. It's a battle. Struggle. Yeah, and guess what? Sometimes they get jobs. They get blessed and get jobs, and they're used to it. And maybe when they came back, the husband might not want them to work, or the spouse don't want them to work, and it's a battle. So yeah, I've seen it. I have.
Before you go to the books, I'm sorry, baby. I just want LaTreece, grab the mic for a second, because there's something I want to just kind of briefly talk about as Afghanistan. Talk a little bit about the scenario or your aspect of Afghanistan and what you experienced when you were there.
My first 3 months of Afghanistan, I was a guard. I actually guarded local nationals, so I interacted with the local nationals on a day-to-day basis, 7 days a week for my first 3 months. I spent my 30th birthday with local Afghani nationals, so it was very upsetting because, I was there and I'm like, this is not what what I wanted to do. This is not my job. I'm not a military police, but unfortunately I'm with the military police unit, so I have to do what they do. So I was very upset. I did not like it. Sorry, I didn't like being with the smelly people. I did not want to be involved with it. And then eventually, if you're patient, you do what you're supposed to do, keep your nose down, just do what you're supposed to do, complain to yourself. And, eventually I was moved. I was put where I was supposed to be doing the things that I was supposed to be doing as a human resources. And I did experience close calls, never told my mother any of it till I was back over at home. Yeah. Yeah, I had close calls with, things blowing up, you running for your life, all that good stuff. Okay, it's not good stuff, but all that crazy stuff. But, I can't call home and say, hey, Mom, guess what? The building next door just blew up and I was running for my life, never ran so fast. You can't call home and say that because then it just puts them in a worry and a fret.
Yeah.
So, I had experiences over there, and, of course, I wouldn't say anything until I got home. And then, my mother and my father looking at me like, why you didn't say nothing? Yeah, right. Like I was going to tell you that over Skype.
Yeah.
So it was an experience.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Your mama said what? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, talk.
I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it. It was a life experience. Would I trade it for anything? Probably so, but it's under my belt. I've done it, and it's over and done with.
Hey, we got some books to talk about this. So, Brenda, get yourself back together. She's here. So get
right. She's here. Baby girl's home.
Okay,
we everyone knows that from one author to two other authors. I love authors, so I just want to say kudos to my girls here. And
she forgot I was an author too, though. But that's
okay. Three. I'm sorry, baby. Yes,
you did forget about me. Yeah,
but
that's all right.
LaTreece, you need to pen a book real soon.
You going to Army
so you got
soon,
a story
boy.
to tell. Now, Dawn, I'm gonna go through you first because she has this book called To Duty. Tell us a little bit.
And she's gonna be doing tour to duty soon too.
Hey,
so
I'm telling you. Call it out. Well, Call to Duty is basically a book that I wrote for military spouses meaning women as well as men. I'm seeing a shift in the military in terms of women being the ones that go out and men are staying home. And so this book here,
you hear that, baby?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I won't.
That's
come
okay.
You're
good. So I wrote that book, giving my heart, giving God, giving good testimonies that guess what? You can live a happy military life. You can travel. It's all about the perspective. It's all about staying rooted in God and just having a wonderful time in the military. I touched on the kids a little bit. If you have children and you go to different duty stations, make it like a school thing, a school project. Make it fun. The woman, I will say, in the household she is the spirit of the house. Like she said, she was she said she was the nucleus of the house. So whatever you put out, that's what all the rest of the family is going to get. So if you're negative, guess what? The kids and everybody else, the dog, cat, and everybody's going to be negative. But yes, but if you have a brighter side to your life and your military life, guess what? The transition, though it may be difficult, I won't say hard, difficult, it would be smooth because guess what? You have a brighter perspective on that. So that's what that book, Call to Duty, is all about. It also tells about this is not for the faint of heart. If you're a selfish person, if you don't like to move, if you don't like to give up your job, if you don't like to give up your friends, if you can't let your mama and your daddy go, this may not be for you.
It's not for me. Well, thank you. It was a great read. So people, you could get it where?
It's on Amazon right now. You can go in there, Call to Duty, and you have to put in by Dawn Sanchez, and it will pop right up. Did I sound sexy? Dawn Sanchez.
Yeah, you did. You know,
I
don't know what.
He does
I don't
not
know.
look like your husband.
I don't know what duty she going to now with
Right.
that call to duty. I'm
Hey,
like,
her
okay.
mama
I'm
in
on
the
my
back.
way home tomorrow morning. I'm going to see my boo tomorrow.
Well, she's going
Your
there.
husband-
I'm going. Yeah, he's in North Carolina, but
Yeah.
he had some things he had to do, some training he had to do. So I take the 7 a.m. plane back to my hubby.
And we thank you for coming. She came all the way
Thank you.
from
Thank
North
you. Yes,
Carolina.
I
So we
did.
thank you very
Thank
much
you
for
so
that.
much for
So we got
having
some
me.
more books here we're going to talk about. What do we got?
Appreciate you. Okay, Miss Glenda.
The
She
Cathoras
is the
over here. Come on.
author of 3 books. So
Three.
we gave Miss Dawn 2 thumbs up from the Let's Stay Together show. We have to just do a good 12 thumbs up
Well,
because she got 3 books.
Six
so talk
thumbs.
to
6
us
thumbs.
about
She ain't going
2,
to the
4,
Army, you know.
6.
You can tell that.
No, it's 3
2
books.
thumbs.
2
So it'd be-
thumbs up for 1 book, baby. I know what I'm saying.
Okay, but it's 3, so that'd be 6.
2,
You went
4,
to public
6. That's
school.
1 person reading. You reading 2.
I
We
don't,
are
no, I don't read.
Anyway, yeah. CPS
It's just
at
the
its
Bible
best.
for me, baby. It's just Bible, biblical
Right.
stuff. You know
Talk
that.
to us about, in my own words, Confession of an Airborne Soldier, Career Soldier. Like y'all can see me, I'm holding the books up. But go
We
ahead.
see you.
You know, I wrote a collaboration of 3 non-fictional books, and I call them the Career Soldier series. In My Own Words was written back in 2013, and it tells all about I share with the readers my purpose. I feel what my purpose in life was, the choices I've made throughout my life, my personal choices and my professional choices. And Confessions of an Airborne Soldier, I think, really tells and shows the reader the struggles that females go through in the military, and they still go through, and the struggles I went through. But specifically, it talks about my first 3 years at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, home of the airborne, the toughest base there is. My interface as a military police, and subsequently me having to police up the toughest guys, the Green Berets, the Special Ops. All these. Can you imagine the Green Berets walking around, Burgundy Berets, Black Berets? Those are the toughest guys in the military, and I was supposed to be a military police. I was the sole female in the unit. Yes. So they have articles. I have articles all about being the only female with these men. They played jokes on me, but they were just trying to toughen me up, because it wasn't just me by myself. So that talks all about the struggles that females go through in the military. Some of my friends who tried to go in and follow me in the military, and they literally just had to throw the helmet as far as they can go and go AWOL. So it's not, as you say, it's not for the faint at heart. And I really try to show that the service, to me, a person is born to be a soldier. It has to be a deep down commitment, just like, a child says, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be a basketball player. Many young people straight out of high school, they know they want to be a soldier or a Marine. So I talk about that in Confessions, and Career Soldier is it's talking about the epitome of what a soldier, a consummate soldier, goes through an entire military career. Anyone can do 3 years, but can you do 20? Can you do 30? That's a soldier. And all the things we go through, how we blend together and help each other out, the things we see, the things we do, the missions we go on, how we may be hurting to the point we sit around and talk about it, we wind up cracking up and laughing. So all three is just a demonstration of my motivation that I have for life.
So where can they get the books at?
All three of my books can be purchased at Amazon, Barnes & Noble. I have my own personal website, GlendaDugar.com. I can personally sign the books for you and send them out to you. But if you want to go through the bookstores, you can. Of course, that's the trickle-down effect with that. But if you go on Glenda Dugar, that's GlendaDugar.com, I can have signed copies for you.
Yeah.
And like I said, Confessions and Career Soldier just came out this year, and In My Own Words have been out since 2013. It's also in the White House Library. It's also at the Pritzker Military Museum and Library on Michigan Avenue, and it's exciting. It's very exciting.
Hey, we're also going to have that on our Facebook page and our website as well, both of the books as well. And I'm going to say right now, LaTreece, you definitely need to write a book about your experience as well, because I think people need to hear about, the feelings that, have that other soldiers can, to relate to. And you need to be able to, to tell people about your story to help out a lot of people. So I'm telling you now that's what I want you to do.
And
I'm voluntold you. I voluntold you what I want you to do. I'm gonna use that one, but voluntold. So I'm finna voluntold somebody else to do something. Baby, what we finna go to now?
Next week's topic. Now this is for not the faint and weary. Next week's topic is my marriage is bland. Help me to spice it up, bring back the flavor in my marriage.
I should come back for that one.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
Or call in from North Carolina, because
right.
I'm sure by then there'll be a lot of spices going.
Oh
there.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
It's home now.
I got you.
Go ahead, baby.
The McCain train is pulling into our last stop, and we want to thank Dawn, LaTreece, and Glenda for joining us on the McCain train tonight.
Amen.
You guys has been very informative and awesome. I have learned a lot, and I have a new form respect for the military, because I really never paid it any attention.
I think in women in military,
right? I was
awesome,
going to go there.
Okay.
For the women in military, I really have high respect for you guys, because it is not for me.
And when you say women in military, you definitely want to add in the military wives, because
in the military.
Yeah, what they are able to accomplish and the things that they have to do and what they have to give up is just phenomenal. And I think we need to definitely recognize them. And so the military wives, we want to very much thank you for all that you do for the men that are fighting there, and for the women who are there. We're pleasure enough to have someone here, that started off in the military in 1978. And have our 2008, who's going to be writing her book starting this week. She's going to be working on it. I didn't voluntold you that already, so that's what you're going to be doing. And for Dawn and her book, it's called The Call to Duty. And I didn't voluntold her. She's got to do Tour of Duty.
Right.
So
Yes. Well, my second book comes out this summer.
Okay, and it ain't called Tour to Duty?
No.
Well, we ain't talking about it.
No,
go ahead. What is it called?
It is called Now I Know I'm Beautiful. That's a self-esteem book for men and women.
That's great. So, I want to just add something real quick as we're about to go off in the air. And I want to again thank the military women for all that you do, the military wives, the military families, all of you all that put your lives on the line. Putting your life on the line doesn't necessarily mean that you're on the front line. There are a lot of wives that are on the front line that you don't see. There's a lot of families that are on the front lines that you see. There are a lot of people who are home that are on the front line that you don't see. For all the people who have given their lives somehow to make sure that this country is safer, we salute you. We thank you very much for everything that you've done for the United States and America. The Let's Stay Together family says thank you. What do you say? Ruha. What is it? How you say that? Ruha. So this has been the Let's Stay Together show. Girl, what you looking at over there? You better write that book. This has been a Let's Stay Together show. I'm your host, Reverend Rick McCain, along with my baby, my girl, my boo. We'll see you next week, 7 p.m. Tuesday.